The great humanitarian Mahatma Gandhi said that poverty is the worst form of violence. I think that really grabs the essence of what it means to be in poverty.
I grew up in Sunnydale Projects, and growing up there was rough. I grew up with 3 sisters and 4 brothers, and we were all through the system, the juvenile justice and the adult system. Both parents in the house, but dad in and out of prison for domestic violence.
The things that many of us take for granted, whether it's a safe place to live, nutritious food, a good job, a well-paying job with child care and good education, all those things are in doubt or if you're in poverty.
Lou, Malai, and Sam were both raised here in San Francisco and Bayview Hunters Point. Concentrated poverty where really the only person that drives a fancy car is usually selling dope.
I became pregnant, and we're still living house to house, and we're selling drugs at the same time.
I first met Sam and Lou Malai at St. Joseph's Family Center, our emergency family shelter here in San Francisco that is also run by Catholic Charities CYO. During this time, they disclosed that they've had some run-ins with law enforcement that caused them to be incarcerated, and that makes it really difficult to find an apartment. But once we began to talk about their story and their life, I saw what they really wanted to do was really change for the better.
When families come into shelter, they've usually expired a lot of their other options. So they find themselves in a chaotic state, a stressful state. So when they first enter shelter, our main goal is to provide a safe and clean and healthy environment for them to live.
It's not about just having housing for a night or a meal for a day. It's actually about having a whole comprehensive set of support and service, much like a family would have.
Tenth Mission Housing is permanent housing for low-income families. It was built by Mercy Housing of California.
I mean, we're taking families that came out of shelters, that have been living on the street, kids who have been in such unstable environments, and they're moving in here, and then they're thriving. They're not just surviving, they're thriving.
We have a number of programs that we make available for kids 5 to 17. That are all complementary to what they do at school, and we really enrich their education.
I came and looked at this place, and I was like, wow. Me and Sam was like, we have to do what we have to do to get this place.
The first thing that we worked with this family was setting them up for success. From parenting classes to actually going out, getting birth certificates for themselves, to getting them into childcare, getting themselves into jobs, getting themselves into job development training.
I got a job now. I'm enrolled into a class to get my diploma, and I'll be able to graduate in June. Today, Samuel just got a job through the Jobs Now program. Now we're both working, our kids is in daycare. I got the wipes. Okay. Bye, Papa, bye.
Bye, say bye, Mommy.
Sam and Lou and Malai want what everyone wants, a safe environment for their kids, food on the table, and an opportunity for them to expand and grow as a family together.
It was a new beginning for me. To be able to cook my own food and to just be able to look out my window and see Samuel outside playing basketball or playing in the park with my kids. It just felt good.
Ultimately, a family that comes to us in crisis is able to stabilize and stand alone and hopefully break that cycle of crisis for the next generation of the family, so the children are able to be raised in a stable, appropriate place that will allow them to grow up and have a stable, happy life as well.
People went out their way to help me get to where I'm at. And they put a lot of time and effort to help me, and I don't want to let them down, let alone let myself down, and my kids. And I am setting a good example for them.
I think this family is representative of the thousands, tens of thousands of families that we're supporting each and every year through the work of Catholic Charities CYO.
You are able to see a tangible result from all of the efforts that this great organization puts forth. You see families living better, you see the elderly being cared for, you see people with illnesses having a nurturing, warm environment. We really are taking care of our brothers and sisters. One can't help but be proud with the work that's being accomplished.